Hi, I'm Kristen Amdahl and welcome back to my studio. In this video I'm going to show you some tips and tricks for making this beautiful stitch pattern in the Nadia textured knit cowl. This beautiful cowl is deceptively easy to make. The gorgeous offset stitch pattern has contrasting stockinette and garter stitches, and the cinched wraps of yarn add an ethereal, lacy touch to this textured cowl. This is a quick one-ball project featuring Be So Sporty bling yarn. This is colorway Mermaid 06. This is a relatively simple cowl, so the instructions will show you how to cast on and how to work garter stitch in the round for your beginning and ending simple edging. And what I want to focus on in this video is how we make these little starburst motifs. And they look pretty complicated, but they're not. And they're worked over a course of 10 rounds, and then those exact same rounds are then repeated offset. So I'm going to show you how to do it in the first 10 rounds, and then I'll show you how to do it in the next 10 rounds as well, and that's what you'll repeat for the entire project. If you're modifying this project at all, you want to keep in mind that the stitch pattern worked in the round is a multiple of 12 stitches. So like I said, we start the pattern with rounds of garter stitch, so it's the first 4 rounds that are done in garter stitch. Then it's round 5 where we begin the actual stitch pattern. Okay, so our repeat for round 5 is to, with yarn in front, slip 5 stitches purlwise and then purl 7. So I've got my yarn in front here, and I'm going to slip the next stitches purlwise. So insert your knitting needle from right to left and slip that stitch from the left needle to the right needle. We'll do that a total of 5 times. Okay, and now you want to make a conscious effort to slide those stitches out so that they have no cinching or they're not pulled too far, but just where they look like they're about where your gauge should be. And then with that yarn that's still in front, we're going to purl the next 7 stitches. But what's really important with that first stitch after the slipped ones is that this yarn is neither cinching too tight or too loose and baggy. You want it to be taut, but over the course of those 5 stitches. So it's just carried across the front of the work. And so then we'll do our purl 7. And so our repeat for this round is with yarn in front, slip the next 5 stitches, then with that yarn still in front, carried across those 5 slip stitches, purl the next 7. And you want to repeat that all the way around. For round 6, you simply knit every stitch around. For rounds 7 through 14, you want to repeat rounds 5 and 6 3 more times until you have a total of 4 of those horizontal bars carried across the front of your work. Round 15 begins with knit 2. And then you want to carefully, with your right hand needle, pick up those 4 horizontal bands. Make sure you're not picking up the stitches beneath the horizontal bars. It's a little tricky, but if you pay attention, it's not too difficult to do. You just want to be careful. And then knit the next stitch. Then with your left hand needle, you want to pick up those 4 bars on the right hand needle and pass them up and over the last stitch made. And that's how we cinch those 4 bars behind the next knit stitch. Isn't that easy? It's a lot easier than it looks, right? And then the rest of the repeat is knit 9. So our repeat for round 15 is knit 2, pick up the 4 horizontal strands of yarn and knit them together with the next stitch, and then knit 9. And you want to repeat this all the way around. For rounds 16 through 18, you want to knit all the way around. On round 19, the repeat is to purl the next 6 stitches. Then with the yarn still in front, we're going to slip the next 5 stitches purlwise. And that means inserting our needle as if to purl, but just simply slipping that stitch over to the right hand needle. And we'll do that 5 times. And what happens is, because we're slipping all 5 of those stitches with our yarn still in front, when we go to purl the next stitch, we will be pulling or draping that strand across the front of our work. And you want to repeat that all the way around. For round 20, you simply knit every stitch around. For rounds 21 through 26, you want to repeat rounds 19 through 20 3 more times. After round 26, you can see we have 4 full repeats of that horizontal strand of yarn that is carried across the front of the work over 5 stitches. And now on round 27, I'm going to show you how we cinch them together to create this beautiful stitch pattern. So our repeat is knit 8, and then before we knit the next stitch, we're going to gently pick up those 4 horizontal bars. Now make sure that you don't pick up any of the stitches underneath. You just want to pick up those 4 horizontal bars and then knit the next stitch. After you knit that stitch, with your left hand needle, you're going to pick up all 4 of those bars and pass them up and over the stitch we just knit. How simple is that? And then the rest of the repeat is knit 3. And you want to repeat that all the way around. Then the next following 3 rows, 28 through 30, are to simply knit every stitch around. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all about anything we talked about in this video, please leave them for me in the comments. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you in the next video.